All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We're live on Saturday. Let's see what we got in the chat. Salt Chain, yo, thanks for the 1K on Friday. That was effing awesome. So you got your money? Good. It's the first time I've been able to catch a live. Well, good. I'm glad to see you got it. In case you missed it, Salt Chain is a VIP Discord member, and we gave away two separate $1,000 random Wheel of Destiny giveaways this week, and Salt Chain won yesterday. So we're going to give those away from time to time. If you want to qualify, all you have to do is go to the page, join the VIP Discord. We have the other regular Discord too. You can join for absolutely free. Subscribe to my channel right now. Hit the thumbs up. Join the Discord. The link is in the description of the video. I'll pin a comment after this video. But go join us. Hit up that Discord. We have a really active Discord with trades. I give all of my trade setups, all of them. And I tell you how I'm managing them. And I show you profits and losses. And I think in the last 2 months we have one loss. I think one, maybe two. I'm not bragging. We could lose more, but we're on a hot streak right now. So please join us. And there's going to be more incentive to join us, and I'm going to unveil that here in just a few. So stick with us. You're not going to want to miss what I'm going to show you. Let a couple more people pile in here, and then we'll get started today. Yeah, John, no one ever does a live stream. I know. It used to frustrate me, especially when I was a beginner trader. I would work a regular job on weekdays, and so my trading was limited on the weekends, which I know most professional traders don't trade on the weekends, but a lot of people do. A lot of beginners do. A lot of people with limited time, so it would frustrate me that nobody was there to kind of guide me through the weekend price action. So I'll try to do a little something. I know that viewership is way down on Saturdays. People actually have lives. I get it. But we're just trying something out here. Jack, welcome back, Jack. All right, so we're taking a look at big. Oh, and I apologize. The last couple live streams, we had some technical issues, choppiness, videos cutting out, lagging, things like that. What I've gathered, the intel I gathered is we were having some difficulties with the VPN. I was logged in the VPN. I know sometimes that can cause applications to run slower or choppy. And I didn't realize that I was logged into my VPN. I didn't mean to be. And I think that was the issue. So we are VPN free today. So we shall see. Jose Ramirez, what indicator do you have for the candles? Good question. So these are, I'll show you the indicator. This is the PVSRA indicator. PVSRA Auto. If you go search for it, it is the one by Trade Travel Chill. My girl Annie over there does a fantastic job, and this is a great indicator. You have to make some modifications to make it look like mine does. It's very, very, very busy without the modifications, but these display your vector candles. And if you're not familiar how to use those, I actually will be doing a vector candle video this weekend that I'll post probably Monday or Tuesday. But this indicator really helps trading big time. Vector candles, you could trade vector candles and make a fortune if that's all you did. Let me check out the VIP chat, VIP Discord chat going over here. Let's see what's up. Yeah, today workout day. I got in there. I just hit some biceps, triceps. I got them covered up right now. It's a little chilly out here today, but I hit some biceps. No, look, I got the sleeveless on underneath though. You see that sleeveless on underneath? A little bicep, tricep workout. For those of you who don't know, I'm kind of a gym guy. I was a personal trainer for 20 years. Owned a gym, personal training studio. Retired to do this trading thing full time, and I've been doing that successfully for a while now, and just kind of got going with this YouTube thing just because it's fun. And a lot of YouTubers out there, they just give you nonsense. There's some really good ones though, but a lot of them are just endless hopium, or they don't know, and I'll see some of their analysis and their predictions, and it's just ridiculous. So we try to keep it real on the channel here. I'm always going to be real with you. Even if I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong with you. Because what I tell you is what I think and what I see in the chart. Jose, you got it. Hopefully you understand how to use those. If not, I'm going to be doing a video on that next week. Like I said, we trade with these all the time. Matter of fact, in the Discord here, you can see here's where I post my trades, winners, all this good stuff. But I'm always telling them we're searching for this vector candle. Like right here, I remember in this one, you can see I'll pull it up. Yeah, these vector candles on the way down. See, they're bright red. They're not white or gray. Those are vectors. I knew we would come recover those, and sure enough, we vectored our way back up and recovered those. So those are great targets, and I'll explain all that in a long video. But we nailed that trade. We nailed most of our trades. Sorry, guys. Let me turn this phone off. Silence it. Okay, let's jump right into it, guys. First things first, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart on the 4-hour on Bybit. If you'll notice, I want to draw attention to one thing before we jump into technical analysis. Yo, Hawkbone, what's up? We got this indicator down here on the bottom, and it may look familiar to you guys. It may look like you've seen this before, but you haven't. This is brand new. I just made this. Did I rip off another indicator? I mean, you know, I took the idea and I simplified it for you guys, because if you compare it, let me just throw it up here for comparison. Let me show you. So this is my new indicator that I created. Let me show the more popular version here. And look at the difference. Look how busy the one on the bottom is. I mean, it's just, there's lines, there's crisscrossing, there's waves, there's this, there's that, there's dots, there's dotted lines, there's straight, you know, it's very complicated. Which is great. It's very effective, but it's very complicated. I know you can trim some of this off in the settings, but why? I simplified it for you. You get the same red dot, green dot strategy. You get money flow here. You get momentum waves. The white line is stochastic. All of it is here, and it's easy to use. I will tell you exactly the most effective way to use this. And I just shot a video. I have not published it yet. Go to Anthony Lee Crypto channel here on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting this video tomorrow on how to get this indicator for free. It's my indicator. It is not public. It is private, but you can get it for free. I'm giving it to my community members. So all you have to do is go subscribe to the channel, join my Discord, free or VIP Discord, and you will get this indicator along with the suite of other indicators that we have. We have lots. Several indicators in here. You'll have access to all these. These are all private. You cannot get them without joining the page, subscribing to the page, and joining the Discord. But you'll get them for free for life. Anyway, let me give you a good example. Let me go to the daily here. I'll give you a good example of all you need with this particular indicator. Okay, it looks similar, but it is not. Okay, let's see here. So, all right, perfect. So right here, you got green dots, and a lot of people just long and short on green dots, and that is not the thing to do. Let me clean up this chart a little bit. Let me go to a more clean chart. There we go. That is not the thing to do. You don't just blindly short on a red dot. See this red dot right here? If you shorted here, you got wiped out. And because we're going to the upside, okay? And how do we know that? Well, money flow is king. This red and green wave, this is money flow. That is green money flow, positive money flow. Red is negative. That means money's leaving the market in the red, okay? So when this red dot appeared and money flow was going up, momentum wave is going up, that lets you know that you're probably not going to play out this red dot, okay? So there's three things you want to watch. The direction of the momentum waves, the blue waves, the direction of the white stochastic, and the direction of money flow, with money flow being king, okay? So in this particular one, we got the red dot, so you would think short, right? Well, let's do our three checks. Okay, momentum started coming down, cool, okay. That's one. Stochastic was neutral, flat, so that's a no count. Money flow was going up, okay, and that trumps everything. So you got 1-to-1 money flow coming up, momentum coming down, stochastic is flat, so that is a no vote. So we knew this probably was not going to play out, and it did not, okay? So fast forward over here to this same thing happened right here on this middle dot, but let's go to this third dot. Okay, you get this third dot, right? So what do we look for? Three things. We've got, let me put on my brush here. We've got momentum coming down, check. Stochastic coming down, check. Money flow coming down, check. All under the red dot. This is on the daily time frame. So we knew this red dot was likely going to play out. And what happened? Boom. Doesn't look like much, but look at this. top to bottom, you got a 10% trade there. 10% move on Bitcoin. You add a little leverage to that and you're in a heck of a profit, my friend. That's how you use this indicator. You get the dot. You check for the 3 indicators that we're looking for, the 3 parameters. And if all 3 of those line up with your dot, the same works to the upside, guys. Same works to the upside. Look, here, you're coming down. Everything's coming down. Money flow's coming down. Momentum's coming down. Everything's coming down. But we get the green dot. All right, so we get the green dot here. Let's go into our checks. Got the green dot. What happens? Momentum wave headed up. Stochastic headed up. Money flow, it was kind of flat. It's kind of flat, but it's slightly heading up, actually. If you look at it, it's let's pull it up a little bit bigger. Slightly. I know it's not a lot, guys. I know it's minimal. Slightly headed up, okay? But even if it was flat, you still got 2 out of the 3. You got stochastic, you got momentum, and this is flat. As long as money flow is not coming out, then these 2 will trump anything else, even though this is technically coming up. And you watch it. So I would enter this trade because we got 2 out of the 3 coming up, 1 staying flat, slight curve to the upside. So I would enter the trade. Once I got into the trade, now you see money flow increases its speed to the upside. That lets me know to stay in this trade. Money flow then started coming up, stochastic still coming up, momentum wave still coming up. And look, we rode this trade all the way up, and I do mean all the way up. Even if you didn't take it all the way over here, and you just took it from this first bottom of the top until you get the first red dot. You just took it from here. First red dot, actually the peak of the money flow here. You got a 50% trade. Even if you took it to the first red dot and you got scared and got out because you didn't know, you still got a 27% move to the upside, guys. This wave cipher B that I created makes it so simple. You don't have to look at anything else. That's it. You write that down. The color dot, and then you want the corresponding 3 checks. Momentum waves, stochastic, money flow. If they're headed in your direction, all 3, you're good. And the higher the time frame, the more powerful the move. Now, the 1 minute may be flippy floppy. I mean, it may chop back and forth. I don't trade the 1 minute. Not for big moves like this. I may sniper an entry on the 1 minute or 3 minute when I'm looking for a pinpoint entry. But for direction of the market and your bigger trades, you want to stick to at least the 4 hour, okay? And it will also give you divergences. See here, you connected divergences with the red lines or the bullish divergence with the green lines. But still, don't blindly enter on divergence. Make sure your other 3 check marks are there, and you're going to be very, very profitable. So, you want this indicator? It's simplified. It's yours. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord, and you will have it free along with our other indicators, which I have videos on as well. So, go check those out. I got way off track there, guys. My bad. Let's see what we got in the chat. Struggle interpreting market consolidating all the individual component. Yeah, I get it tougher and jumbled. Yeah. Hawkborn. It was jumbled. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not Crypto Face. That whole group, it's awesome. Those guys are the best. They're better than me. Here's the problem. They are better than me, so they can read that stuff and they get it. I'm a simple guy. I needed it simplified, so I simplified it. Nothing against them or their product. It's amazing. I just needed a little more simpler. And I know a lot of beginner traders need a little more simpler too, so we got it. You're welcome, John. Yeah, that's right, Salt. Momentum, stochastic, money flow. Okay, let's take a look at what we're all here for. Bitcoin price action. All right, here we are on the daily. I tell you what's scary, guys, and we're lucky. We're lucky, I think, thus far. We got a blood diamond on the daily, but we are on the weekend, fortunately. Look at volume. Look at volume, guys. Low volume. Low volume. See on the 4 hour? Low volume. Oops. Low volume. If this is a high volume day, we could have a serious dump to the downside. But you can see volume declining. Means there's not much. We could fall easily through this gap again, and we may fall through this gap. I've got targets down below. Right here, you can see 3 targets. We got 2 daily naked pointing controls and a weekly pointing control, and I believe we also have a fib there from this move. Yeah, right in there. You can see comes our golden pocket. So we got the golden pocket, probably the 702 also. Let me turn that on. 702 is great. If you're not hitting the 702, you're missing out. Golden pocket, 702, daily naked pointing control, weekly naked pointing control. Just below that, we got another daily naked in the 786. So very good area to bounce from, and I think we will. I don't think we go any lower. I hope not. We did give our December stats. We actually, guys, we called for this. A lot of you remember, you follow along. We called for this before the month even started. We called for this exact move to the exact spot. We even have the dang box on the chart. You see, we called for this right here. This is from the December video. You can go check it out on the channel. Videos and December update, major December update right here. We called for this. We even have a short on it where we exactly called for this. Right here, guys. Let's check it out real quick. Right here. There you go, guys. We called for this. And you can go look, we posted this video right here on November 30th. So we literally called for this. We called for, right in here, we called for about $85,000 to $84,000 is our box we had on there. $86K to $82,500. But we really expected $85,000, and we got exactly that. We called for that on the 30th. Price was right here, about 92K. We came right down to our box, right down into the dang box and bounced. Okay? So we came up, we found resistance at previous value area range, and I'll scoot back so you can see what we're fighting with now. This is important, guys. We've got these value area ranges marked out in the past. Okay, past value area ranges. I got some up here. Let me turn them on. I don't want to clutter the chart too much for you. We don't need to see this. But I've got these 2 value area ranges marked out that we're fighting with right now. This one value area range here, okay? And then this one right here. And there's a little gap in between them here. A little bitty gap right here. You can see this. This is a gap between the 2 ranges. All right? And right now, price is currently sitting on this value area high. You can see it's right here. You can't even see the dotted line hardly. It's right there. On the value area high, guys, we want to keep that. Because if we come back into this range and start closing candles, we could easily come down to the point of control, okay? Maybe find support. If not, we could come down to the value area low around 81K, and that's not good. We don't want that. We left this range. We don't want to come back into it. We've already come back into it, left up out of it. Now we're back testing it, okay? The last 2 times we came to it, we fell through to the point of control. If we come back to that point of control, guys, we're probably not going to stop there, okay? We've already tested it twice, held up twice from it. I don't think we hold up again from it, okay? If we do that, we probably come below 81K, swoop this. We do have a value low at 886 here. We might come into, but I really think we're coming a little bit lower down to the 75 to 77K range. There's a lot of support down here. There's a lot of confluence. I think we'll probably find some good support and a great bounce area there. But according to the December stats that I posted, and I have an entire spreadsheet that I showed in that video, we were expecting this move down 5 to 7% and then a pump up to here. Okay, that's what the historical data calls for. Okay, I don't make the rules. I'm just reporting what historically happens. Okay, so this is what we're expecting. In order to get that, and we're expecting that around the 15th to 17th of the month, so in the next 10 days or so. In order to get that, guys, we need to hold here. We need to come, in my opinion, no lower than this 86K range, right in here. If we come down at all from where we are, we need to bounce there, guys, so be looking for that. John is still in the Lionheart trade. I'm still in the Lionheart trade too. It's looking a little shaky, but it is a 100% win rate strategy. If you're unfamiliar with Lionheart, we created a Lionheart indicator. Here it is on the chart. You have to subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and you also get this free as a private indicator. This indicator on the daily and 2-day time frame for Bitcoin has never, ever failed. Now, it can fail. It doesn't mean it will never fail. It just hasn't thus far. You can back test it as far back as you want. 100% win rate on the daily and 2-daily time frame, okay? Both for long and shorts. So we're under this current trade signal, and the key is it won't come back below the previous swing low before touching the 55, which is currently about 98.5K and coming down fast. So I'd like to see this make a move really quickly. What I think is going to happen, guys, we're in the weekend, first of all, but what I think is going to happen, we're going to have a pretty slow week ahead of us, okay? I think we're going to have a pretty slow week, just kind of bouncing around, because we got some big news coming up right here on Wednesday, guys. We got FOMC interest rate, okay? This is going to be at 1 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will go live for this. And the important news comes 30 minutes after the interest rate, which is the press conference where Jerome Powell will let us know if he is hawkish or dovish, and thus will influence the market heavily. So we'll see. This is a big day. I think you're going to have a massive volatility swing on that day. Be careful trading that day, guys. It's massive volatility. But I think until that point, you're just going to see some chopping around, guys. If you lose, let me go back to our Bybit chart. If you see the circles I have on here, these are 1 hour candles that I've highlighted, guys. And every time we've hit this area, we've 1 hour candle through it. Boom, 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 boom. And yesterday, now we bounced from here, but we still 1 hour candle all the way through it. So what do you think is going to happen if we lose this blue line again? Just guess. Boom. Straight down, okay? 1 hour candle, just like all these other times. You can go back further. It's happened almost every single time you hit that area. So we want to hold right here, guys. And if we do come through it, it's okay. I think we'll find some support right here. And here's what I think. I think we'll just kind of chop here for a few days, and then when we get our interest rate, we're going to move one way or the other. And I do believe, guys, it's going to be to the upside. Okay? I do believe it's going to be the upside. I think our Lionheart trade will play out. I think it's going to look a little more like, I'll go back to the daily. I'll show you, because that's where the 100% hit rate is on the daily. So I'm going to look for something like this. Just kind of chopping around here, This is going to start to come down, something like this. And I think on interest rate day, boom, we spike up, hit this, probably somewhere in here, about 90, it may not come this low, probably about 96 to 97K, somewhere in there. Okay, guys? That's what I'm calling for. Unless Jerome comes out and kills us. Do you think it'll take as long as Wednesday, or do you think the weekend fake out might head up to 55? That's just hard to say because of the interest rate coming up. A lot of people sit on their hands to make sure there's no surprises there. I think the stat is, let's look it up. I think the stat is like 89%. 86%, we have a 25 basis point rate cut. 86%. 14% that we stay the same. So this is, I don't believe this has ever been wrong. But usually the stat is more like 95, 98%. So I'm not sure everybody's quite priced this in yet. So I think if we get the cut, we could actually get a pretty good pump that day. I think we get a pretty good pump. Especially if he comes out a little dovish after that. I think we get a good pump. So I don't know. Normally with this Lionheart strategy, not always, but normally it goes right to it. It goes right to it, like same day or next day. Here you got the entry, same day, boom. Here you got the entry, next day, boom. same day, same day, same day, 2 days. You get the point. This one took a while. So this one took a while here. So this one looks a little deceiving because you got the short entry here. Well, it kind of front ran here. We could call this a winner. It's a winner either way, whether you took your profit here just a fraction before or you rode it back up because it didn't cross the previous swing high. So either way, it's a winner, but this one took some time to play out. Even if it took to here, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Took a week. But that doesn't normally happen. That's all the way back to May since that's happened previously. And you can go on, so on and so forth. Right here, same day. This one took about a week here. Next day, same day. You can see it usually happens pretty quick, but it can take a couple weeks. Usually pretty quick though. I could see it going to a Wednesday. Solana, Chandra. Yeah, we'll take a look at Solana. No problem. Not a problem. All right, guys, so that's kind of what I'm expecting. Join us for this FOMC meeting on Wednesday, 1 o'clock Central Time. We will be there, and we will be live. I want you to join us. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord right now. Get the free indicators. Get the free indicators. The Wave Cipher B, it will simplify your life. I'm telling you. Stick to the higher time frames with it especially. Let's take a look at Solana. Let's take a look at Solana. Let's look at the daily. Let's see. So the bad news about almost all altcoins is, they're going to follow Bitcoin. So if we can get the December rally that we're hoping for, let's take a look and see what we can kind of expect from Solana. Go to the weekly time frame real quick. Got this big, huge range we're trading in on Solana. Wow. I don't look at Solana very often. Okay, so Solana. Oh, Solana. This is not good. Solana is hanging on this big, long range, almost 2-year long range from March of 24 to the current day. He's hanging on to the value area low by a thread, and you can see what's below. Look at this. When you broke this line before, let me throw this line on the chart. I want you to see it's dangerous. But also, it's at the place where you would expect a bounce, okay? It's at the place you would expect a bounce. So look what happened when you lost this line before, right here. When you lost the line, boom, straight, big move down. How much of a move was that? 78%, 79% down. Wow, big move. Same thing here. When you started the move up, what happened? What happened, guys? Boom, you moved up. You found resistance exactly at that line and came back down before you finally broke through, okay? So this is a strong support and resistance line. We need to stay on the upside of this resistance line or you see what's going to happen. Even this little dip below it. Even that little dip below it right there was 24%, guys. So you don't want to lose this line, okay? And you certainly don't want to lose where this came down to. So you got more support and resistance right here, but you don't want to lose this line. But the good news is, if you were to bounce, the value area low is the place that you would bounce, which you're currently bouncing from, but you found rejection, you found resistance right here at the point of control. You got to flip the point of control. You flip one, it's simple, guys. It's very simple. We're range bound right now. You can stay above this line, come up 144, 145, you flip that, back test it, boom, your next stop is up here, about $200, okay? About $200 right here at the value area high. Okay? You treat this as a range until it breaks, okay? Treat it as a range until it breaks, until it's proven otherwise. Until it breaks convincingly with a back test. You want to see a breakout, back test, continuation, something like that. Just like you got right here. You broke out here, wicked out, came back, back tested, continuation up to, 250 plus. That's what you want to see. But if you're going to bounce, this is the area to bounce. And if Bitcoin is going to bounce, which we're expecting for the rest of the month of December, you could target somewhere around $200. $200 Solana. That's not to say it can't go higher if we were to get some sort of alt season, but treat it as a range until proven otherwise. If you get the breakout, great, ride it. But if you see Bitcoin bouncing, I would look for a $200 Solana. Let's throw a fib on. Yeah, golden pocket's coming in right above that. So you're between the 0.5 and the golden pocket right there, about 205, 203, 205, right in there. That's what I would target. I would target that, and I think we can get it. Weekly, the bad part is weekly we have money flow coming down. This doesn't look good. You got money flow coming down. There is no bullish divergence on the weekly. Let's look at 3-day. Kind of got some hidden divergence here. So you might get a little something off that, but money flow's deep in the red and headed down even further. Let's look at the 2-day. Really deep in the red. Let's look at the daily. Kind of starting to fight back. So here's a little bit of hopium here. A little bit of hopium. Let's look at this. And guys, it takes the lower time frames to kind of bleed over into the higher time frame. So just because the 2-day and 3-day look like garbage doesn't mean they're always going to do that. It only takes a good 1-day momentum swing, and those things will start flipping over to bullish. But as of now, the really high time frames look terrible on Solana. But the daily time frame, little bit of hopium here. We are pigs nibbling up here, okay? You see this? See this? Trying to break this momentum to the upside. Stochastic is coming down. If we could flip that momentum, moving back to the upside. Excuse me, money flow moving back to the upside. You are seeing a little glimmer of hope here. The problem is you're going to be due for a red dot coming up. We're currently under a green dot. We're going to be due for a red dot here. And you don't want one of these. What you want to see, momentum wave come up here, get your red dot, and then hug the zero line and flip right back over, okay? With a green dot print on the zero line, and then you could be looking for some fireworks to the upside. That is what you want to see. Hopefully this plays out in the next week or so, but you're going to get a red dot here in just a moment. Once we get that red dot, we need this momentum wave to stay small, just kind of fake out back into the green while money flow continues up, and then you can have a good trigger wave there to the upside. But it does not look good, guys. Will you do a morning 9:30 live for the U.S. Open that day too? Yes. 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 I'll do the U.S. Open live trade. It'll probably be a shorter video, okay? But I expect a lot of volatility that day. Let's see if there's any other news events that day. See what we got. Yes, I will do my usual U.S. market open live, and we'll try to take this trade that we always take. We got crude oil that morning, nothing really. Jobless on Thursday's big. GDP's big. No, that's British. Jolts on Tuesday. Yeah, I'll do a live that morning. It'll probably just be a shorter live instead of the hour plus. We may just do a little 30-minute and then come back at 2 p.m. Eastern time for a much longer live for FOMC. Good question. So that's it for Solana, guys. It doesn't look good. It does not look good. It looks like it wants to fall right through to this lower range here, and that's not good, guys. That is not good. But, I mean, let's face it. If Bitcoin goes up, all coins are going to go up too. And if this does go up, you can look for $200. Any other alts? WorldCoin, my favorites. Yes, we'll take a look at WorldCoin. Look, I know, guys. WorldCoin doesn't always look the greatest. People hate on this thing. Salt Chain's big on WorldCoin now because of me. Oh, I'm sorry. I love WorldCoin, guys. This thing can rip. If it decides to get up and go, it is absolutely going to rip. Let's see. I know my chart's a little messy. I just have all my targets. This is my personal WorldCoin chart. I haven't updated it in a few days. Let me see. Let's take a look. Guys, this coin can rip. But just like everything else, it looks terrible. We are below the range. We're below every range. This is not good. We're below every range. We are in this falling wedge, which is typically a bullish pattern with breakout target. I took a conservative target. I took it from the middle. Most people take it from the top. I took it from the middle. Breakout target, if we do get the breakout, depending on where it breaks out, you know, say somewhere in here, late December, early January, that'll give you a target to the 382, which is my target one. You got all kinds of confluence there. You'll be flying through this volume gap. You got a weekly level. You got 50% of daily and 2 daily vectors at this area. So somewhere around $4.75, somewhere in there. You know, you got targets to the upside as well, but it just depends. You got the point of control right here from the last cycle run up, 490. So you got a shelf beginning right there at 470-ish. Somewhere in there, 470 would be a good target. Because it's been such a crappy alt cycle, I would probably get out right there. I have some pretty big WorldCoin bags too, so I actually wouldn't even complain if we got that. My average WorldCoin entry is about 50 cents. So I caught the big drop here on this massive liquidation spike. Right here, I caught this. I got lucky. I caught this. I re-entered at 45 cents. So I caught this. I just sheer luck. I was sitting on the couch. My phone just had alerts set way down here. Price was way up here at over $1. Like this day, like $1.20, something like that. And I was leaving for out of town that day, and I had already said I'm not going to trade or look at the charts until we get back 4 or 5 days later. So I said, but I'm going to set alerts at extreme points just in case, but it'll never happen. And I had alerts set all down here like 60 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents, and also up here at like $2, $2.50. I think I still got one here at $2.22. And next thing you know, I mean, it wasn't 15 minutes later, my phone was just ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh God, I had alerts set on Bitcoin as well. I looked and it was like these extreme alerts, like within minutes. Yeah, this thing was tanking to the downside. Anyway, so I was quick enough. Here's that move right here. Look how big of a move this is. That's insane. I had another altcoin. What kind of move was this? Let's see. How big was this? Yeah, $1.14. 75%, 76% move to the downside, guys. I mean, within minutes. So I looked at this sucker, and it was at like 37, 38 cents, and it was just hammering down. And I had another rather large altcoin holding Algorand. And so I pull up Algorand, and WorldCoin was down 75, 76%, and Algorand was only down like 10%. But it was catching up in a hurry. And so I just market sold, boom, sold that whole bag and jumped over to WorldCoin because I knew it was fixing to happen. Sometimes you'll get that where a lot of the market is ripping to the downside or the upside, but not all coins, and they're fixing to catch up about 5 minutes later, and that's exactly what happened. But I just so happened to catch it where my 2 altcoins, one of them had already crashed and one of them was just starting to crash. So I sold one, rebought the other one when it was bottoming out. It was on the way back up. I bought it at 45 cents. I just got lucky that they didn't both crash together. They both did about the same amount on the crash, but one just was about 5 minutes ahead of the other. So kind of worked out for me. It bees like that sometimes, guys. Oh, Salt Chain. Let's hear about ICP. Yeah, I used to hold ICP, guys. I gave up on it, and I really I don't regret it. Everybody was like super jacked on ICP a few weeks ago because it was pumping Like, oh, ICP is up like 300%. I mean, yeah, but it was up 300% from being down like 90%. So even still up 300%, you're still down like 70%. So he really wasn't anything to write home about. Let's see. I think I have an ICP chart. I don't know where it is. Maybe on the Binance. It's probably not going to be updated anyway. Coinbase. I had an ICP chart. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. It doesn't matter. Let's take a look. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I used to hold ICP, so I had it all marked out what I was expecting. See this little pump we had a few weeks ago, guys, right here? Went from, you know, 250 or so up to almost 10 bucks. See, yeah, that's great. I mean, if almost 400x, that's great. But guys, is it really great? I mean, come on, you tell me. Was it really great? No, I get it. Anybody that was lucky enough to catch us at 250, you quadrupled your money, and that's great. I'm happy for you. But it wasn't really great for most people. Same thing. Same thing here. Salt chain, we got exact same thing as Solana, exact same thing as WorldCoin. You're right down here at the value area low. Unlike the other two, you're not right on it, but you're pretty dang close. You'll probably come down to it, as a matter of fact. But either way, I mean, you're same thing. You're range bound. You're in this big falling wedge, this descending wedge. Breakout targets. I think I took this one a little too extreme. I probably did this one earlier in the bull run. If you got lucky enough to get this middle breakout here, I mean, you might get back up to the cycle high, which I did a video on this the other day. Matter of fact, I didn't update this, but I did a video on this the other day, and I said, here's something I want you to understand. The number one thing I want you to understand. For most, 99.99% of all coins, those days of 100x, 500x, 1000x, those are gone. So how you need to start treating your altcoins is from a liquidity standpoint, just like any other asset. Yeah, there's more volatility, but still, where does the liquidity lie? Where is price most likely to return to for the market maker to grab liquidity? Okay, with that in mind, we can see two peaks this cycle, okay? Right here. And right here, and really this most recent one, none of these three were recovered, okay? If you do break out of this falling wedge, I think this is a bit extreme up here. Plus, if you took it there, I mean, that puts you right up in here, no man's land. There's really no reason for price to stop there. But if you take it from this middle spike here and you break out somewhere around here, you return back to what I have marked out as an SFP, possible SFP and cycle high right here. So I could see you coming, grabbing this liquidity, SFP of this liquidity right here. So somewhere around 20, 21 bucks, $22. You could come up here to 25 and SFP these two here. But I think that's about as far as she goes for ICP, somewhere around 25 bucks. You know, you break out, and of course it won't be a straight line like this, but I really think you probably top out here at most SFP these two right here and then back down. Okay, guys, so honestly, I'd be looking anywhere from 20 to 25 bucks. I know that's a broad range. So what I would probably do is large TP1 here, very large TP1, at least 50% of my stack, which I don't hold this anymore, but 50% of my stack, see how strong it looks. I mean, if you just start immediate rejection, then close it all out. But 50% of my stack here, if you do get this continuation move up, then I would probably close another 40% here and see if you can get a moonshot on 10%, something like that. That's how I would treat it. And if you're in from this point forward and you do make it to 20 bucks, I mean, that's still a, 6x from current price action, 600%. That's still great. The problem is there's a lot of buyers here, and then when it gets to these areas, they're going to be counting their blessings. They get out on a break even. They're going to be selling it on you. Same thing, these guys here, these guys here may have already taken a loss, but if not, they're waiting to sell on you. So, yeah, 20 to 25 bucks max, and that's if we get an all season. Why would they wait so long to grab liquidity like that? God, it's just been the Bitcoin show. The cycle's been unlike any other. Not so much that this time is different as far as a timing standpoint, but just simply Bitcoin dominance. There's no other way to put it. Bitcoin dominance, which we have broken down from this channel. So this is a bit of hopium, though. If you want an all season, this is what you want to see, okay? You've been running in this channel since 2022, so for over 3 years, almost 3.5 years of Bitcoin dominance, just going up, 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 up. That has never happened before, okay? Previous alt seasons, you just got more of a straight line up here, okay? This was from here, April of 2018 to the top here, September 2019, so a year and a half. Bitcoin dominance from low to high, 1 year and a half, okay? 1.5 years, okay? Then the rest of the time it was coming down, which means right here, you see it? Because just kind of chopping its way down pretty aggressively, which means your altcoins were running up. They were climbing the ladder, okay? Then Bitcoin took the reins here with this little spike back up, and this was your big alt season when Bitcoin crashed, okay? But altcoins still got some movement right in here, okay? Dominance was coming down. You didn't have that this time, other than a couple little dips here, little nothing dips. It's been the Bitcoin show, not for a year and a half like last time, but 3.5 years. That was the difference this cycle. All the money, ETFs, all that news. It's got people high on Bitcoin, which is great, but it's bad for your altcoins. So in order for altcoins to do anything, we need this dominance to crash out, okay? And we needed to do so without Bitcoin dumping, okay? So what we really need to see is Bitcoin to start this end of cycle rally, and let's face it, it's over for this cycle, in my opinion, for Bitcoin. But it doesn't mean we can't rally back to 110, 115,000, okay? What we need is to see that while dominance is going down. That means money's still coming into the market. There's enough money coming into Bitcoin to propel the price up, but more money is coming into altcoins because dominance is falling, okay? Bitcoin's going up, but not at as great of a pace as altcoins. If you get that, you can get some of these targets on alts, and we have not seen that, as you can see, this entire cycle, 3.5 years, okay? That's the difference this time. This is not an indicator on the chart. This is a tool on the dominance charts. I'll show it to you. This is a regression tool. I have it right here in my favorites bar. I don't really know where it is over here. It's over here. I'm probably looking right at it. Regression trend. Okay, right here where your lines, okay? Your trend line tools. You scroll down here. Regression trend. I start it to appear to my favorites. So regression trend, you put where you want it to start, where you want it to stop. So let's do it at the very bottom here, the very bitty bottom there. Drag it to current price action. It automatically does this for you. You do it on any time frame. If you're one of those people that struggles to figure out the trend, like you just can't look at this, and it does get complicated, this is easy because it's only headed in one direction for 3 years, but it can be difficult. Let's look at like a Bitcoin chart. Okay, let's go down to a daily where it gets a little more choppy, and I'll show you, okay? So right here, this is kind of a mess. You don't really know what the trend is, if there's a trend. I mean, we don't really know. So we get to a regression trend tool on here. Let's just say here, and throw it over there, and it's going to automatically show you where your channel is, okay? So then you watch for, once you got that on there, it doesn't always work, but it helps. You watch for a break of that channel. What you got here, let's extend these lines for you. Let's extend the lines, okay? You got a break of the channel. This is how it should play out. It doesn't always, but use your other indicators. You got a break of the channel, retest of the channel, bearish retest, and then to the downside. That's how it should play out. That's what you look for. And on old Wave Cipher B, here we go. So right here, you get to break of the channel right here, okay? You're waiting because you could find support here and bounce, so this is not the area to enter your short. Let me repeat. This is not the area to enter your short when you break this channel, okay? Channels, just like value area ranges, are your support and resistance. This is the area, if anything, you would want to long because it has been in this channel for so long. That's the trend, right? If you would have, every time it came down to these lines right here, if you would have shorted, you would have gotten liquidated. You know, came down, you short, boom, liquidated. What you want to do is wait for the back test, okay, to make sure it doesn't bounce back up into this channel. Back test, and then what do you get? We refer down to our Wave Cipher B right at the back test. See if this line were to extend right here. This is the back test. That's where you get your red dot, okay? So let's go through our 3 checks that we discussed earlier on the red dot, okay? So you're a red dot at a resistance area on a back test of a lost channel. Does that make sense? And when we have the back test, so this is a bearish retest, we want to know if we're going to bounce back into the channel or reject for the move down. What do we get? We got the red dot, okay? Perfect. That's 1 check for a move down. What are other checks? Stochastic, headed down. White line is headed down, okay? That's 2 check marks for moving down. Momentum wave, right beside it, the blue wave moving down. That's 3 check marks for moving down. Okay, what do we got? Money flow, just crossed here from the green to the red, and now thickening out in the red, okay? All 4 metrics line up for a move to the downside. That tells you right here, this is probably not going to bounce back up in the channel, but we're going to look for a big move to the downside, okay? We have simplified it with this brand new Wave Cipher B indicator. But that's it. That's all you needed. You trade this. How much of a drop was this? Just from the bearish back test. 29% drop. 30% drop, guys. 30% drop. Wave Cipher B gave it to you. This regression tool showed you the channel. You broke it. Wave Cipher B gave you the bearish signal. You're welcome. You are welcome. Okay, guys, well, that's it for Bitcoin. Let's see, we're just kind of hanging on here. We're floating around doing the weekend thing. Let's do this. So I want to show you one more thing. I do the weekend channel every weekend. I do the weekend thing. Let me turn them on. Am I on my right charts? Nope. All right, got these weekends marked out for you guys. Let's turn them on. Now, I have not marked out this weekend yet, so you can see we usually get a fake. This looks exactly like last weekend, which we don't want to see, but we haven't confirmed it yet. So we have this weekend range, and usually we just chop around it, and at some point, we almost always leave the range one way or the other. It's a fake out. We do this late Saturday into Sunday, and then the real move starts Sunday, late Sunday into Monday, okay? Usually you're going to take out the low and the high of the range, okay? We did not do it this particular weekend. Kind of did. We did. I just moved my box. There was our weekend range. So we faked it out to the downside. Boom. Then move to the upside. It wasn't a great example, but you almost always do. Almost always. Same thing here. Chopping around, chopping around. Right here, it's a small wick, but you can see it. They grabbed the liquidity from this weekend low. Boom. Reversed it right here. Sunday to the upside. Move to the upside. Real move to the upside. Faked out. Same thing right here. Chopped around. Right here on Sunday. In the middle of the night, Saturday into Sunday, faked to the upside, big move to the downside, real move to the downside. This was a no trade. Same thing here, chopped around, chopped around, chopped around. Sunday, moved it to the downside, fake out, boom, big move to the upside. We're looking for vector candles to lead the way on these fake outs. That's how we know, guys. Same thing right here. Chopped around, came down, grabbed this liquidity, faked out to the bottom side with this purple vector, moved it to the upside. All of these are led with vectors, all of them. Right here, you left the range, you grab liquidity, green vector, When you're leaving the range with a vector, you should know something's up. Same thing here. Boom, purple vector. Boom, big move to the upside. Did not vector out here. This is, well, kind of did. Started the vector right there, but so started the move to the downside. That one's tough. I mean, the principle worked out. Just the vector was a little early. Same thing here last week. Green vector to the upside. Boom, roll over to the downside. So we're going to watch this. I'm hoping this wasn't the move right here with the green vector and then rolled it over. It's a little early to have the move out. So hopefully we'll get some. Here's what I'd like to see. Here's what I'd like to see. We got. This is more of your. I guess this is your range. It doesn't look right. This looks more right. Either way, let's throw it there. Whatever. I'd like to see a move to the downside, but just barely. What I hate is falling into this, though, but kind of sweep that from the weekend and then go. That'd be ideal, but I'm worried if we come here, guys, you got this big circle of no volume. It's going to take us right into there. Okay? This has got to hold. I want this blue line to hold, but this has got to hold, guys. This has got to hold. So, and I think it will. All right, guys. That's it for me. I know it's a Saturday live. Nobody else does them. I thought I'd jump on, bring you guys something. Remember to subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. You will get these free indicators that nobody else can get. I'd love to have you in Discord. Check out my trade setups. I give them to you. VIP Discord gets all of my trades, every single one of them. I'll walk them through them. When I enter, stop loss, take profit, all that good stuff. I post the winners. I post the losers. You can see it all. We keep it real. So join us. We would love to have you. I'll see you next time.